Welcome to my presentations on WS06. My full name and my student ID are shown on the slide. Today I will talk about employment laws and regulation and the organization on which I do research on is WinMec International Hospital. Here are some basic information about WinMec. This is a non-profit organization operated by WinMec Healthcare System. Its target customers are from middle and upper class. And I chose this firm because my relatives work there, so the information is relative. Before going into the main topic, let's have a look at the decision-making process of WinMec. And as you can see on the slide, it consists of 6 steps. They are identifying the issue, collecting information, choosing the alternatives, evaluating the evidence, implementing actions, and last but not least, reviewing. Now, we move to the main parts, employment laws and regulations and their impact on HR and decision making. And following are some laws and regulations to which WinMec pays attention. And it's a common law list that contract is a form that ties employers and employees. But today, let's find out about probations with a less binding. WinMec concentrates on Article 25, 26, and 27 because the organization requires their candidates who apply for the jobs offered to attend a probationary period of 2 months. Article 36 will be put into practice when dismissal happens. Because WinMec is operating in health industry, the system pays special attention to health of people and strives to ensure the employee rights, of which they are indicated in Article 152 and 168. The best way to evaluate a course of actions is to look at an actual case. Firstly, I will talk about probationary periods, and Article 25, 26, 27, and Article 152 will be put into account to support the information below. So, to employees, there are some certain strengths. Firstly, is their chance to consider whether they and the jobs is a wonderful match. And regarding Article 27, they don't have to take any responsibility for not meeting the requirements during the probationary period. And to WinMec, the selection process will be more evident as the rate of getting right higher is higher. And moreover, according to Article 130 in Vietnam Labor Code 2012, the prisoners will be protected by law if the employees cause any damage to assets of the company. However, there are some weaknesses. Firstly, the employee will not be able to benefit from important insurances if they don't pay themselves. Employees also have to make up for damage or loss of equipment, tools, or other employers' assets in case persuasive evidence is provided. But on the other hand, the tendency to refuse the job offer among candidates increase. It will be a drawback for WinMec. Another example is regular dismissals of WinMec before and during the pandemic COVID-19. You can see the most important steps are put on the left of the screen, and I will explain more about why remote healthcare service increase more competition among employees if they want to keep their jobs. So this is because of the temporary visitor restriction policy, and these decisions lead to the decrease in numbers of visitors to WinMec, and as a result, the hospital required less employees, And furthermore, the convenience of technologies is threatening the current positions of employees because of their functions and their productivity. So let's go back to the activity deciding the personnel. Actually, may make it famous for its strict regulations and its emphasis on the development of the staff. However, everything had its two faces. Employees as we make admit that the pressure is too much and newcomers are sometimes overwhelmed since the first working day. We may also suffer high HR turnover rate. One question is asked: how do we make the current with employment laws and regulations? And here is the answer. There is one thing that we make is doing correctly, and one thing is violating the employment law and regulation. We make sure that periodic medical checkup, have the organization know the health status of employees so that they can assign suitable tasks, and in return, the employee can discover their disease at early stage, and it's really a good practice. However, a problem is that we make it paying its professional staff 80 to 85% of the proper salary depending on which position they are applying and which task they are assigned. So it's a sign of violation. So what is the bad consequence of this violation and how we can avoid it? Let's remind of Article 26, probationary salary. The probationary salary should be negotiated by both parties and should not be lower than 85% of the offered salary. And to avoid the fine, each time we make bet on employees taking probation, at least 25% of their full payment. And to achieve that, we make needs to set higher standards for the recruitment and selection process. Thank you for listening, and here are my references and my presentation notes.